Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Time for Fulgrim. I made a start on the weekend. Sketched in some of the skin tones. So you can see the difference here. These are still, well, untouched really. And here I've put in muscle definition and stuff. I'm actually having a really good time with that, so I'm gonna continue. I will need to sort my light out because I don't want to blind you guys. Maybe like that, hopefully. I think I've overwatered my wet palette again, so I'm gonna have to give that a quick wipe. Looks a little bit on the damp side. We can't have that, ironically. Can't have a wet palette. Irony isn't lost on me. Gunky pot. Wondering if I peel it out now, if it will not be too bad later on in the future. Yeah. Good evening, White Wolf. How are you? Ooh, are you streaming? You said you were going to stream tonight. Twitch. Enter. Not yet. Maybe soon. Just gonna drop a lurk with my other friend.
No. That's what they call them. Oh, that's funny.
Site. Lurk. Bonk. You'll be shortly. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I will keep my Twitch open and ready for a lurk. How are you doing? What have you... Because you said you were building something for your wife to paint. Has she... did she pick something or did you pick something for her? I am now very curious what... Take my hair tie out because I've had my hair up all day and it's always so nice to be able to release it. Pascal, how are you? Long time no see. One of the... Oh, nice! One of the spells would go... I am about to paint Fulgrim Forgeworld version, yes. I prefer this sculpt to the new one, so I made a start last week. I'm just putting like some muscle definition on the muscles at the moment, and you've had feverish nightmares and sugar dreams at the same time. Yeah, it's a beautiful sculpt, but the resin, ugh. It's the one that has the wings like up, like that, like tall rather than the mighty mushroom of work. It is actually, yeah. It is an awesome model. Yeah, this is bananas, and I am at the moment still really enjoying it. don't really get very many opportunities to do a lot of skin, so that's been very nice to be able to get stuck in on. It feels, yeah, it's been really nice. But yeah, everything else is just it's just got a quick base coat of something on it because I hate looking at grey. So obviously the weapons are still grey and the metallics are still, well, grey. But I think I just smeared paint on my face. Bear with. It was water. You kind of want to do the Forgeworld one too. No? I mean, you have the experience of the first one. That went really, really well, clearly. So happy for you, man. That was awesome result. That is crazy cool. I need to pull my sleeves up because I don't like having my hands covered when I'm painting. I don't know if I'm lagging a lot. I hope not. My connection should normally be alright. I might just let me have a look. What my yeah, I am dropping some frames by the looks of it. I'm not entirely sure why. Might be because I am quite a lot of frames actually. 19% of dropped frames. That's weird. Sound okay, but images not. That's strange. Normally it happens when I'm in and out of the screen. Have you also a little overloaded with response? Yeah, of course you would be. It's crazy. Let me just let me see what we're speed test. Go. Let's see if that does something. Down obviously isn't relevant. What's my up like? I mean, 95 megaseconds should be alright. Don't really know why that would be happening then. Let me see if I reset this, see what my see if my dropped frames are a bit better. Yeah, I am wondering if it's because I was moving in and out of the like yeah, I don't know. Looking at my dropped frames at the moment, my stats are way better, so I am not really sure what happened there. I didn't really change anything other than just holding my model in position rather than dropping in and out of. So maybe it's just been. Maybe it just didn't like having an empty screen. That probably was it, yeah. That would make sense. It is the warps, Laneshi magics, all kinds of shenanigans. What did you say you were going to work on today, White Wolf? I saw your poster. The youngest god was all, show my prince properly! Yeah. It's like... Don't edge us. As much as we like torture of that kind, not when it comes to the Lord. Value! Hi, good evening, and welcome. Oh, Mordred, yes. Marcus, thank you for the bonk. How is everyone doing? I hope people's Wednesdays are or have been all right, and that the rest of the week has been not too horrendous so far. How did your shared stream go last week, Value? Or was it Saturday? Trying to get back into painting mode after another period of off time. Nice. It can be quite a hurdle to start again, I feel. If you haven't painted in a while, it can be a bit tricky to pick up the paintbrush again. Sometimes it's easiest to just get like a really silly, simple, small model, like a squig or something. Which my wife would thank me for the bonk. If she doesn't, you're doing it wrong. Went really well, managed to last 12 hours. Oh god. Yeah, I bet it was. Jace is always a good time. I haven't met Celica yet, but I had a really good time meeting Jace when we went to RoseCon in April. It was really fun. Speaking of, everyone should go to RoseCon in 2026 as well. I'm helping with the organising this time. And the first year was fantastic already. Second year we're expecting quite a bit of growth. We're hoping we'll yeah, it looks like we'll have quite a bit more people on this one. And some potentially really exciting guests and stuff. Damn it. What, you're not doing it? You're not getting any thanks for the bonk, so you must be doing it wrong. Or a different kind of damn it. Sadly, I have ChillCon. Well, funny thing is, Chris Rose is going to go to ChillCon. He's been invited by the organisers of ChillCon to come over and have a wander round, advertise RoseCon at ChillCon as well. So you can do both. If you're really clever, you'll get your missus really into Warhammer by that point, and then she'll also want to go, and she'll be able to buy. Oh, I was correct. He is going, yes. As far as I'm aware, that is the plan. He's supposed to be going to ChillCon. Crosses meet Chris off bucket list. Yeah, I'm not sure if Kat is also going, but I know that it's definitely Chris's plan to go, so can't afford the time. Oh. You can bring the missus and the kids. Everyone is welcome. You'll be able to join a painting competition. It hasn't been fully advertised yet because the dates haven't been formalized yet. But I think Chris was meeting with, or going to call with, Firestorm Games in Cardiff to get some dates penciled in, because at the moment it's obviously all up in the air. Can't plan for next year yet due to work contract renewing in December, so yeah, you have to leave it for a bit before you can see if you can make them or not. Well, it'd be very, very cool if you could. I reckon Jace will probably, or hopefully Jace will go again. Is usually, or the idea is April, I believe. So I'm hoping that that's the case. Or May. If it were me, I would like May, but we can't have everything. Basically, I'm hoping it's not the weekend of the 14th of April. I don't know what day the 14th of April falls on this year, but probably freak out at ChillCon. Well, the whole idea of RoseCon is that everyone's allowed to freak out. You're allowed to be overwhelmed, overstimulated, over everything. There's no judging or no judgment. But yeah, I've heard things about ChillCon. I've never been, so I don't know. But I've heard that it's really, really good. So I'd probably also be freaking out, to be honest. I'm surprised you're not able, like really not able to plan. If you can't, like, how? What if you wanted to get married or something? How would you? I'm sorry, I can't start planning my wedding because I haven't had my work contracts agreed yet. Surely you should be able to plan a weekend, but obviously it's not up to me, but I'm surprised that it works that way. ChillCon is pretty big, isn't it? Thank you for the lurk, White Wolf. I appreciate it. I will just yeah, I've got my Twitch open, so the moment you go live, I will drop you a lurk back. Might not be able to type it, but I will be there. Because you work away from home half the time, it's more when you'll be away and when you'll be at home. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's true. I guess it's a matter of see how it goes then. Well, for what it's worth, I'd be very excited if you could make it. I don't know if that means anything to you, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. Last year on the drive there, it's supposed to be like 4.5 hours from where I'm at. I listened to most of my audiobook, had some snacks in the car and stuff, and then getting close to Cardiff, the traffic was horrendous, and I ended up in a traffic jam close enough to Chris and Kat, who were in a car behind me or near me. They could see me. I didn't know what car they were in because they obviously had one person driving and one person able to look around, but it was very weird. Kat just messaged me, like, "Are you driving a red Citroen?" I was like, yes. You live in the north of Scotland, everything is a long journey. Yeah, that is a bit of a journey then, yeah. Very pretty though. Love Scotland, it's very nice. Not that I've been very far north at all, but I made it to Edinburgh and Dundee and went on a whiskey tour once. One of these organised group travel things. My mum and I wanted to do a whiskey tour, and we did the Speyside whiskey tour, which was really good actually. But yeah, not exactly northern Scotland. Just outside Inverness. Oh. I like Scotland a lot. I also really enjoy Scottish. I find it a very pleasant way of speaking. Obviously, like full proper Scottish, I would still probably struggle to understand. We at work we we work with a the electric heating company, and they're based up in Scotland. And their office-based staff, they're all, well, they sound like middle-aged blokes who've been working in the industry for forever. Very thick Scottish accents. I'm still surprisingly able to understand them with no trouble, though. I'm not really sure how that works, and sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not. So I occasionally feel like they're literally trying to trip me up. Let's see if we can make the girl. See if I can get a confused kind of situation. You're not so bad. Kind of watered down, but there's more of the years of travelling about, so you have a mix of slang words that you tend to use, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I still have an accent. I've been in England for 11 years in November, which is crazy, really. But I still don't sound like I'm English. Or from the UK, even. I still sound slightly Dutch. Which is a little bit annoying. I'd quite like to be mistaken for someone from England, or at least from the UK, but here we are. I don't think I'll ever be able to fully shake my my accent, which is kind of weird because I don't really have an accent in Dutch. I'm one of those people who goes through life just not being able to hold any accent, so... Oh man, this spear and the sword. I always get made fun of when I try and do an accent. People always take the piss. Which is fair because it's really, really bad. I'm really, really bad at accents. So I get it. It's fair. I would also be taken as the piss. There we go. White Wolf also alive. But yeah, it's would be nice if one day I'd be able to pass for English, but I think I'll the only nation I might be able to fool are the Americans. And then only the ones that aren't exactly well travelled. I'm so worried I'm gonna drop this guy and everything is gonna snap off. Need to get you a list of slang words to practice so we can see fool some people. I mean, the first time I used the word Chelsea tractor here, my partner was like, "Who taught you that?" I was like, well, just picked it up, didn't I? I really don't want to pick up the Suffolk accent, though. It sounds horrendous. It's this is the accent where people don't say computer, they say computer. Which is just awful. Tuesday instead of Tuesday. Tuesday? Can't even do it. A computer. Anything chewy is just sounds awful. Yeah, exactly. Not a computer. And they say buh, B-U-H, and like interchangeable with mate. You're a butt. Which I find also not very pleasant. What would be a slang word that you would use that you'd think that'd be really funny if people outside of Scotland would say that? I gotta say, I'm really curious now what you consider Scottish slang. Been a while since you've been in there. Yeah. Hasn't improved, to be honest. It's not getting any better. At the moment, there's a bunch of middle-aged pricks who've been spending their afternoons spraying red crosses on zebra crossings and stuff like that to try and make English flags in some sort of like misplaced protest. Bunch of racist twats. Yeah, I wouldn't. You're not missing much, let's put it that way. Still pretty, but no, you wouldn't know because people would get lynched. Try that in Scotland, you end up dead in a ditch somewhere, unalived in a ditch. Pardon my French. Rightfully so. Different type of person. What kind of different type of person? I'm curious now. Says nicely. It's the ones that tend to be anti-English. Oh yes. I mean, fair. Can't say I blame them. Bear with, I'm just gonna quickly use the hairdryer to dry this hand. One moment. And I'm back. Yes. Separatists, I think, probably is a polite word for it. Yeah, it's pros and cons, right? The English have done a lot wrong, but at the moment they're not. Well, they're at least trying, I think. Not that I get involved with politics, really. I try and stay out of it. I just want to paint my little men and make enough money to buy more little men and cuddle my dog and not do an awful lot else. Cuddle my partner. But yeah, no politics for me. Fulgrim. Yeah. Exactly. I like to paint the plastic war dollies. Let me have my war dollies. What else do we need, really? War dollies and coffee and snacks. The occasional cuddle and I suppose dog walk, get some fresh air. You get back to painting your war dollies, but a few more busts you want to do before. Yeah. I haven't painted any busts yet. I've got I'm a very slow painter, so whenever I pick something up, it usually takes months. And I haven't really had... Yeah, it's all been Warhammer, really. I have seen a couple of really, really cool busts, though. I would like to do one at one point. As it turns out, I quite like to paint skin, which I didn't know was the case, but... You're painting nitties for months and then Space Marines before, but now doing different to relearn to paint flesh. Yeah, fair. I have never painted a Tyranid. I feel like this should be one of those never have I ever drinking games. Never have I ever painted a Tyranid. And everyone else has to drink. Yeah, I know, right? I do want to, because it does look really fun. But I've been mostly focused on painting Age of Sigmar stuff, and you might be surprised to learn that there's not an awful lot of Tyranids in Age of Sigmar. Do I need to send you some nitties to paint? Oh man, I think we have some. I think we might even have a don't know if it's a Bivore. What's the one called with the big bulky butt with the chimneys on it? Steals all models and runs away. You're not getting my Fulgrim. This bastard is way too expensive. Yeah, Age of Sigmar doesn't really have anything weird monstery like that way. Psychophage, yes, that's the one. I think we might have a spare one of those. Oh, Oh, thank you so much for the resub. I really appreciate it. Welcome back. Welcome back. You've been missed, my friend. Yeah, I do want to paint a Tyrannid at some point, but I still have to finish the Black Coach, which I still haven't finished. I need to work on Fulgrim. Fulgrim needs to be finished by Christmas, which sounds like an awful long time. But if you think about, well, 95% of all my painting is done on Wednesday evening and Saturday, pardon my French, Saturday afternoon. And I'm a slow painter, so I do maybe like 6-7 hours of painting a week. And he's supposed to be turned into some, I have a bigger base for him, because I'm not going to be playing with him. I'm turning him into like it's a centerpiece model, but it doesn't have to be a playable centerpiece model, if that makes sense. So I went and got a massive base that he's going to go on, like that. And I've got this guy. Full Freak, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. And I've got this guy. Let me see, how did I have it? I had a plan like that. And this guy is going to go there somewhere. Ish. Like, how did I have him? I had plans. Yeah, like that. Like that. And I'm going to put a dead marine over there. So I made like in betweenish things. I just like, oh, I thought I'll paint part of the base. I'll do this guy. I'll like repose him slightly. Yeah, it's not really quite. Yeah, but yes, it is diorama-ish. But yes, it's not supposed to be a diorama. I'm not allowed to class it as a diorama. For this competition. It's just in-house, we're not like I'm not going to be really penalised or anything, but yeah, so yeah, there needs to be a dead marine somewhere. But I thought it'd be cool to get some iron hands on there, and yeah. But this has been going on for months. I bought this model, was it March of this year? About 6 months ago, anyway. It's slow going. Oh, actually, it was like this. He's going to go higher up. That's what the plan was, now I remember. Should draw these things out, really. But yeah, like that. Dead marine over there. Or sort of crumpled in there. So yeah, it looks... I think it will look really cool when it's done. But I still have a lot of stuff to do and not an awful lot of time, it feels like. And I really wanted to finish my the Black Coach before the end of this month, because I'm going to go away. My mum and my brother are going to come over from the Netherlands for a long weekend in 2 weeks' time. So that's not happening. Speaking of, I should book train tickets for them. Yeah, I'm getting there. It's not far off, the Black Coach. It's like, last time I painted on that is 2 weeks ago. I finally put the horses on. So they're on, attached. But I still need to finish the ghosts. Like, I made a start on them, but they're nowhere near finished. They're just base coated, really, with a little bit of value in there, but it's not yeah, nowhere near finished. Don't even know where the fourth one is. Oh, there he is. Did some work on his cloak, like some scratchy, fabricy highlights and things. But yeah, they need a lot of work still, so no chance I'll be able to finish that before my mum and my brother get here. They gave it to me for my birthday. So I've had it for a while, since May. And just... yeah, I'm just not very quick. Which I normally don't mind, but I'm always a bit sad when it's... when other people are finishing models and I'm still painting mine. As much as I really enjoy painting my models, it's I'd quite like to have a slightly higher turnover, but I'm too fussy, so it's my own fault. But yeah, that Christmas deadline is for our in-house annual painting competition thing. We just do it with friends because Christmas each year we like New Year's rather, we host a sort of friends New Year's party at our house. I've been doing that for the last probably want to say like 8 years. And the last couple of years we've had everyone's been getting into Warhammer a lot. And the first year that they did a competition, I wasn't painting yet, but I really wanted to join. So after Christmas I got like, can I also paint? Then the year after I joined the competition, and it was, yes, it was really fun. And now they're saying, it's the fight for second place. Because they're all saying that they're not as good as I am, which is really annoying because it makes me feel like a bit of a douche. And also, it's an insane amount of pressure, which I don't really like. I just want to paint my little mans. I never actually entered a painting competition, bar some in-store Warhammer runs. Yeah, I've entered one, but only because it was our local hobby shop and they had their 11-year anniversary. And I was thinking, oh, cool. The models that I put up on eBay to sell to make money to buy more Warhammer, they haven't really sold, so I'll just enter my Iridan the Witness, because he's been sat on the shelf for yoinks. He's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. And this painting competition, they gave us a week notice. Yeah, we got a week notice, or less than a week rather. They said, oh yeah, also as part of our anniversary event, we're also doing a painting competition. And needless to say, I wasn't impressed with getting 5 days notice. So I asked what we were allowed to enter, and it's like, oh, because it's the first one, it's any model that you're happy with. Okay, cool. Right, so I'll enter Iridan the Witness then. And I shit you not, this model had been up on eBay for the best part of 6 weeks. Had some viewers, like people watching it and stuff, but no bids or anything like that. So oh cool, I'll enter Iridon and it'll be fine. On the Wednesday before the Saturday of the competition, Iridon sold, so I had to really quickly come up with an alternative. And the only other thing that I felt like I could potentially enter was a really old, well, one of my first models really, because everything that I'd painted recently I just put up for sale really, because I don't have an army to fill. I just paint because I enjoy it. I can just basically just sell what I've finished and then buy more models and paint more stuff. Yeah, I had to enter what was basically one of my very first models that I'd ever painted. So I tried to do some touch-ups on it. It was Dryka, the Sylvaneth, Dryka Hamadryth. And I was like, oh, I'll enter that because that's the very first model I bought from that shop, so I have nothing else. It'd be like nostalgic, blah, blah, blah. But there were some people there who actually had like competition level models there, so obviously I was never going to win or even going to place, but I just wanted to enter something, bring something with me for the competition. But yeah, other than that, I've only ever done one competition, and that was in-house. Just with our friends, so that doesn't really count. I feel like it doesn't really count. It's I'm thinking about entering Iron Skull this year. Is Iron Skull? Hi, how are you, Urana? You alright? And I picked up a model for it that I thought might be fun to paint. I suppose in theory I could just do Fulgrim as well. I could enter that, but it, the idea of transporting this guy to a painting competition is a little bit daunting. Because he is so fragile. You good? Had a rough night, but you good? Tried making stewed apples, but it turned into jam basically. Well, apple jam is still nice. It's like applesauce, but it really requires a certain type of apple to be able to do a proper stewed apple. Otherwise they just fall apart. Loving the purples and the scales look amazing. Thank you. They're I tried to do some well, they've got a really deep purple on them. And I have a pinkish metallic which I've like dry brushed on here to give them a little bit of a shimmer, which I think looks quite cool. Everything else I haven't really touched yet. The other purple is just all base coat and it will have gold on it. A lot of it will be gold. But I need to follow some, or look at some, excuse me, some reference pictures, because some of it is metallic. Some of it is, this is probably leather, I think. Don't know. I'm gonna have to, like I said, gonna have to look at some pictures. Might get hot for this thing. You should see his face. Very smoldery. It's a shame he's certifiably insane, but he's a very handsome looking boy. Sold, yeah, I know, right? Look at those cheekbones! Oh my god, not even before the definition has gone on. But yeah, he's a pretty boy. Not a deal breaker. What, the insanity? Yeah, I'd read up on some Fulgrim lore if I were you before I'd commit to that. Because everyone in Warhammer is like a homicidal maniac. And Fulgrim is one of the worst ones, I think. From a hashtag are you freaking crazy perspective. Might even be a Reddit. Yeah, you need some excitement. A little bit of bit of a wild side. He can't ride a bike though. We've painted normal Fulgrim a while ago, the pre-transfigured one. Very handsome boy. I kind of want to know more about him, but I also don't particularly want to read all the Horus Heresy books, because I'll be like 30 books in and realize that I've not come up for breath in a long time. Not done any of your demons form yet, no. I just saw this model. The reason I saw this model was because they announced the new one. And they showed like the old one in comparison on some YouTube video. And I was like, the old one looks cooler. I think the old one looks cooler. So I went and bought the old one, which of course for Games Workshop, absolutely fine. Whether or not they get my money for the old one or the new one, they're not gonna care. You have a thing for Hux and he wiped out 3 planets, you have a type. Yeah. Morally grey. Yeah, he's got horns. Two sets. Long hair, waving in the wind. Even got some jewels, like jewelry in his hair. Little beads. He's he's a pretty boy. Yeah, I know very little about Warhammer, like the lore-wise. But I'm pretty sure Fulgrim is now like the Primarch of the Slaneshi people. which I believe kind of makes him like a seductory kind of person. Like, get off on questionable acts of depravity, I suppose. Emperor's Children. Oh, he's got the pink. That makes sense with him being purpley, yeah. The only thing I remember from all of this, which is really daft, really, is that he that he killed Ferrus Manus. And the reason I remember that is because I got told this by my partner, and then about 3 hours later, at my staff Christmas do, one of my co-workers who also is into Warhammer, he asked me a question that related to that came back to the conversation, and I had to think so hard whose head he had chopped off again. I could not remember, and then all of a sudden it came to me and I remembered, and now I will never forget. Probably only read his Horus Heresy book. Yeah, that'd be cool. I might do. I've only ever read one Warhammer book so far, which, granted, was a very good Warhammer book. Really, really good. Really enjoyed that. Sosonorum Kingmaker. Very enjoyable. I think the next one on the list, if I do read another one, would be The Infinite and the Divine, which I've been told is also excellent. But obviously that's all 40k, that is not heresy. Skimmed over his Warhammer pages, apparently horribly vain. Yeah, he is a bit of a tosser. I mean, with a face like that, it's kind of expected, unfortunately. And hair and horns and scales and trinket. Anyway, how am I doing? I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. Same old, really. Same old. Not a lot to report. Work boring, me tired. But happy painting my little men's, so can't complain too much. Looking forward to seeing my mum and my brother in 2 weeks' time. That'll be really nice. As they're coming over, and we're going to go to a little cottage. The 4 of us. My mum, my brother, Nick and I. Oh, and the dog. We're bringing a dog. Perfection and vanity is core things. Yeah, you have to be... you have to be beautiful. Cheekbones like that, who wouldn't be? Yeah, it's nice. Taking the dog. We're gonna go stay in a little cottage for the weekend. Just 2 nights, but be very nice. We'll probably go have some nice fish and chips and some walks on the beach and stuff, and maybe play some board games or something like that. Looking forward to it. I haven't seen them since March, so spoken to them obviously, but not seen them, so I'm looking forward to catching up. My mum just moved house about a week ago. She's been living in the house that we moved into when I was 12. It's just an apartment in Amsterdam, rented because everyone rents in Amsterdam. She was sort of rattling around in there. It was a bit too big. Up 3 very steep flights of stairs, which is unfortunately a very Amsterdam thing. The stairs are horrendous. And she was like, before I get too old to walk these stairs, or if something happens, I want to be able to at least leave the house and stuff. So she wanted to move to a slightly smaller and closer to the ground apartment, which she has now done. And it's very nice and clean, and it's all freshly refurbished and everything, which was nice because all of a sudden, like a few months ago, part of my mum's wall in her living room just sort of fell forward behind the TV. Just the plaster just decided that today was the day that it was going to come crashing down. And the letting agency was like, oh, yeah, that's not great. Well, come and try and stick it back up. And very nice. There's some sort of handyman. Don't think it was a proper plasterer, but he came in and he... Paul B, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it very much. He came in and sort of tried to push everything back. He fixed, he like cut the wallpaper away carefully, and then like put the plaster back on the wall, and then tried to stick the wallpaper back on top of it. And but yeah, it's unfortunately the state of some rental properties in Amsterdam is not great. So yeah, my mum is very happy to have moved to a fresh, newly refurbished, smaller place, 1st floor instead of 3rd floor, and but it did mean that she had to downsize quite a lot, because she used to have 2 bedrooms, a living room, a sitting room or a dining room. Seems like a chill stream. You did hear a Dutch twang. Yeah, it's been 11 years and I still haven't lost it. Sorry. But yeah, she's just moved and she's very happy. I'm very happy that she's somewhere that she's more comfortable, even if she had to throw away a lot of my old toys and books and stuff that I hadn't moved yet. But then if I hadn't needed them in 11 years and didn't really realise that she had them, probably didn't need to keep them for me anyway. So here we are. Scheveningen for life. Yeah, I'm born and raised Amsterdam, I'm afraid. I moved to England in November, 11 years ago. So yeah, I've been here a while, but I was saying earlier to Value that I can't seem to shake the accent, so there we go. Spent a lot of time in The Hague. Yeah, it's nice. Den Haag is very pretty. And slightly less touristy than Amsterdam, which is also quite nice. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Amsterdam, but I also very much realize how much it's turned into a tourist trap. Yeah, the Dutch girlfriend years ago. Nice. Was she very tall or was she tiny? I think a lot of us are very, very tall. I'm not too crazy tall. I'm 1 meter 74. She was blonde, tiny, punk rocker, rockabilly. Nice. Yeah, I'm 5'8.5", 5'8.5", something like that. So not huge for Dutch standards, but when I moved here to England, in my area, I was taller than most men at my office, and they didn't like it very much. I'm just gonna open a can, sorry. So yeah. Just using the camera as a bit of a gauge of where the highlights are showing properly and where not quite yet. Where did I move to? Norfolk? No, not quite Norfolk, no. Suffolk, close enough, but yeah, Suffolk. Yeah, you're not far off. Just around the corner, really. Exactly. Let me guess, you Kent? Essex? Bedfordshire. Ah, nice. Say hi to that, thank you. I was also lurking there. Thank you for the lurk. I need to do more traveling in the UK, really. Like I said, been here 11 years and I haven't really seen all that much. I'm not much of a traveler. How do I pronounce that? Catuvaloni. Antiquity. I'm living in high city life. I feel like I should know what's going on here, but I think I've missed some. Is that a game? Antiquity. Ah, Boudica. My father-in-law, um, he captains and volunteers for Oh, that kind of antiquity. Okay. He volunteers for the River Stour Trust. And part of their like little spiel they do on the boats when they take people around is about Boudica and how she where she was, what she did, who she was. It's quite because Boudica doesn't really travel. she's not really taught in Dutch schools, for example. Well, not in the school that I went to, anyway. Maybe in other schools, but yeah, they have this story about how a couple of years ago some activists released a load of mink from a mink farm upstream, and they completely destroyed the eco life around the Stour. And they say a couple of years ago, and in reality it's like was like 1986 or something like that. But they're all old boys who volunteer there, so for them they're like, oh yeah, a couple of years ago. I should really read up on that kind of stuff, because I've always been interested in like the older kind of history. Not hugely interested in anything past like the Middle Ages, but the horror of the dreaded bears and that mink gangs. Exactly. It's dreaded animal activists. How dare they? Funny, really. Barrington Edmonds is very pretty. Kind of fun shopping as well. I like the Abbey Gardens in Barrington Edmonds. They're very pretty. I went for a high tea there with my mum once. Not at the Abbey Gardens, but across the road from it we could see the garden entry. The town's local to here. Not an awful lot to see and not an awful lot to do, so I suppose I could have gone to Woodbridge, but I'd never been there before, so I was like, I'll take her somewhere that I've sort of seen, and at least I'll know sort of what there is to do and how to go about doing things in the area. Let's see if my... Hello, camera. Thank you. There's loads of real ancient history out your way. Ever been to... I haven't, no. Grimes Graves. Where is it and what is it? Please. And if it's somewhere suitable for dog walks, can I take my dog? Which is quite often a requirement for me when I go places. Can my dog come? Because I never quite feel like organising dog sitters for myself to go sightseeing. Of course, never connects to the Netherlands via the ancient land of Doggerland. Really? You'll have to forgive me, I am gullible as hell, so I will... Neolithic flint mine? Huh. Yeah, I will quite happily walk into any kind of trap for the gullible that you said, because gullible as hell, unfortunately. Also have a terrible memory, so I may forget that I've spoken to you about something, and then you can tell me something else completely different while you know that that's not the case, because you actually had this conversation with me already, because I'm terrible. One of my friends had that not long ago. We were talking about nationalities, and he took the piss, and he said, "What? I thought you were part Scottish. What?" And I really, for a little bit, believed that he was confused, and that until he started laughing and told me I was dumb as hell. Which is fair. That's also they found trees in the North Sea and done radar scans of the seabed. That's amazing. During some ice age or something. Shows you how much I know, really. Always been interested in these old histories and things, and just completely did not know England and Netherlands were ever connected. Which I guess it makes sense. What with all the ice ages and stuff, and now, is this man... What's his hair color like? White. Okay, not sure how I feel about that, but okay. I'm also treating that as a bracer and not a glove, and he can have sharp fingerprints. Right. That's skin, that's skin, that's skin. Let's do some more work on these awful, awful wings. I don't think I particularly like what I've done with them, so I'm thinking I might match his scales with his wing color, and belly scales rather than back scales, because he'll be very purple otherwise. At the moment his belly scales are like a dark blue, but I'll be highlighting them up to, so not necessarily highlighting, but just the base is just a dark blue. I think I'll probably go to like grayish ice blue, maybe blue horror kind of, which I think will look kind of cool. And I've literally just slapped a base coat on these wings, and they don't look anywhere near what I want them to look like at the moment. So very much the trust the process ugly phase. But I'm thinking that if I do them like a dark blue in the recesses with like a lighter ice blue. I think that'll look cool. I think that'll look cool. I might do it with like thin glazes to still show the purple through slightly. And then make these fingers actually fingers. Lost Loafer, hello, how are you? I'm not bad, thank you. Welcome to the stream and welcome to the chat. I hope you're having an excellent Wednesday so far. I've been working on the skin tones on Fulgrim at the during this stream. And I realised that I actually wanted these wings to also, like the spines on the wings, to show or to look like actual fingery kind of appendages, because they actually grow as like wings out of his back with actual like muscle and stuff. How I'm going to put this in here without, I'm going to have to do gap filling. I think it's going to be horrendous, and then paint over that, but I really can't paint this whilst it's on the model. It's so fragile, it's not even funny. Do you paint Warhammer as well, Lost Loafer, or are you more of a watcher and just here for the chill stream? Or do you paint other minis? Good at a grand morning, making eggs and potatoes, laughing out loud emoji. You paint Warhammer? Nice. You had a lovely grand morning making eggs and potatoes. Eggs and potatoes, tasty. You got loads of armies, awesome. What are your main armies? Is it 40k or Age of Sigmar or Death Guard, Grey Knights, Imperial Guard? Nice. Space Marines. I have painted a very few Space Marines so far. I've done a couple of Iron Hands, which I painted for a friend because he can't paint due to a medical condition. He likes to build, but he can't paint, so did some Iron Hands for him. And I've done just some test models, really. I haven't really, just because I felt like I should be should do some Space Marines, even if Age of Sigmar is my main thing. I thought I should do just an Ultramarine and a Imperial Fist. Didn't have any transfers for the Ultramarine at the time, so I just put some freehand on there. Obviously, these are the only two other Marines that I've ever painted, so besides the Iron Hands. Won awards in Vegas, amazing. I haven't really done any competition painting yet. Nothing besides the friendly in-house competition that we have here at Christmas with our friends. I did a City of Sigmar mini diorama last year. And this year I'm doing Fulgrim, so hence the Fulgrim painting at the moment. But he's in a very rough trust the process phase at the moment. I'm slightly worried that I won't be able to finish him in time because I've got so much left to do and so little time. And I am a very slow painter, so I am a little bit concerned that I left it too late, but I am enjoying it though. It's a good time. It's a very cool model. This is the Forgeworld version of Fulgrim. And I gotta say, it is, despite the resin, a absolutely stunning model. Won't lie, probably won't be picking up very many resin or that's not very fair. Maybe resin, but not Forgeworld models after this. I really wanted to paint a Warhound Titan at some point, but after doing Fulgrim here, I decided that I would do the Imperialis version, so I don't have to spend £1,000 on a lump of resin that I then have to reshape and wash and clean up myself. Like if I spend that kind of money, I want someone to come around and give me a back rub after opening the box, really. But because I don't play with my models, I can basically just pick whatever model I think looks cool. So I don't need to worry about specific sculpts or armies, or I can just play on the cool factor and just pick whatever I think looks awesome. So I do. And then I sell the models that I don't want to keep, or that I do want to keep but want to make some money, so I can buy new models. Which I feel is a pretty good way to go about the hobby. Paint the models you like. If you can bear to be parted with them from them, sell them and use the money to buy more models. Make your eventually make your hobby pay for itself. Not quite at that stage yet. But getting there, I guess. And every step in the right direction is a step in the right direction. I'm not in a rush. As long as I can paint my little minis, my little war dollies. And not feel too guilty about buying new ones. I think I'm doing okay. I'm gonna have to fill that up. That's annoying me. I'll do that when I finish painting. Is anyone working on anything at the moment? Any fun projects on the go or horrible projects? Those are also fun to hear about. Any personal victories over horrendous hobby projects, or? You're emailing the council about bin collection. You know how to have fun. For what it's worth, I phoned the council about bin collection last week. So, in my defense, it was work related. Otherwise, I would never have called. Because who calls anymore in this day and age? The council around here is quite good, to be fair. I don't really have any complaints. Not around bin collection anyway. I'd like it if the roads were a bit better, but I feel like that's a national problem more than a local. Your sorting staff is off to London for the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks of 2 weeks of work. Oh god. What is it that you do, Value? To London of all places. I hope they pay you good money. Infrastructure engineer architect, and I send you all over the UK because they like to torment you. Yeah, this is the trouble with a job like that, I think. They need you everywhere. Important jobs and all that. The flying gets tedious after a while, yeah. And the hotels. And having to start making sensible choices when you go out for food. Because almost every meal is going out for food. You can't just go have the mac and cheese at the steakhouse every day. Because you'd end up rolling to work instead of walking to work. You get your hotel points. Well, that's alright. At least you can get discounts on your own stays later on. IHG reward card. I used to work for a company that did IT and telecom support for the hospitality industry. So, well, basically exactly what it sounds like. Fixing PCs and the telephone systems for hotels and restaurants that were our customers. I didn't do the fixing myself. I was supervisor of the team, but it's they did send me out to hotels occasionally to see what the story was, and get points pretty quick. Found Tesco salads and sandwiches were a nice breakup of all this restaurant food, but yeah, even that takes its toll. Steam Decks are great and a lot easier than, or a lot more versatile than like a Switch. I think I'd probably personally buy a decent gaming laptop because I'd want to play World of Warcraft or like D3 or something like that. Play Diablo in my hotel room. Also saying that, Diablo on a hotel internet connection with high latency, probably not the best experience. WoW is much better in that respect. Doesn't need much. One of my friends works as a like an engineer or mechanic for breweries and distilleries and stuff on their machinery and bottling stations and stuff, and he gets sent all over the world, and he spends like probably about 3/4 of the year in hotels, and yeah, he's really found that making friends with the hotel staff and buying the receptionists, or you know, he's from Belgium, so he just brings loads of chocolates, Belgian chocolates. He brings a couple of boxes and makes friends with the receptionists and gets nice meals and stuff. Well, works on a Steam Deck. There is an add-on. Yeah, I know, but I'd be, yeah, I think I'd struggle think my main content for WoW, stuff that I do, is raiding and Mythic Plus at the moment, even if that's not necessarily the thing that I most enjoy in WoW, but that's what I do most at the moment. And that's just not... I would struggle to do that on what is essentially a controller. Yeah, the gaming laptop, 3060 one, is more used for watching stuff than gaming. Yeah, that's fair. Multimedia laptop is something for playing strategy. Yeah, that makes sense. Diablo 4 runs really well. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my other half has a Steam Deck that he uses a lot. He's been playing Death Stranding on it, because that runs quite well on it. The only problem with it is that you can it struggles with snowy surfaces, so you can you struggle to see what the slope of a mountain is, for example, if it has lots of snow on it. Raiding isn't great on the Steam Deck, yeah. Yeah, I'm not a Mythic Raider, so I wouldn't have to worry about that, but it's I'm just... I need my mouse, and I don't think I would enjoy playing on the Steam Deck. Maybe if I just used it as a screen, but by that point, yeah, I think I'd probably be better off just getting a laptop. It's a lot more expensive, obviously, and a lot less portable than a Steam Deck, but I think for me it would be a better solution. Not that I travel, so it's not really it's not really an issue. Some would argue it's a non-issue. But yeah. 2 weeks in London. Well, at least in London you can go to all the nice authentic Asian restaurants and get some really good proper Chinese food and stuff like that. It's the kind of thing that you can't really get in smaller towns, because they just cater to English palate rather than the Asian community. It's the deepest sigh from my dog, who's had a very busy day at daycare. Always funny that the deepest sighs come from the dogs who don't have a care in the world. you comfy? Yeah? You're a good boy. He's a good boy. I love Corvus Black. It's such a good colour. If my camera will focus on it. Hello? Jeez. There we go. The irony is that I don't really like painting with black, but Corvus Black is just something about that paint. Just really flims my flams, jims my jams. Good evening, Ben. How are you? Fulgrim is really coming along. 9 o'clock. What are you? It's going somewhere. I mean, I really wanted to do. I've decided that I don't want the wings to be purple. I want them to be like a dark, really dark, purpley blue in the recesses, building up to like an ice blue on the highlights. So it will go with the blue of the base scales, which at the moment only are based. But I've done the skin, which I think looks pretty cool. Quite happy with that. I've done the skin on the face. I just need to do the eyes and the lips and the jewelry and stuff. Need to sort his hair out, obviously. But yeah, I want to go with a darker, deeper purple, like a deep blue purple in the just next to the fingies, and then build up to a really, really light ice blue in the on the raised sections. But it's gonna be a thing. You're doing okay? I'm glad to hear it. I am all right as well, thank you. I'm always happy to be painting. It is so much better than going to work. Evening, Cat, you alright? Yeah, Value's been here for a bit. In and out. Meowdy. You good? I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I'm not bad. I am changing directions on Fulgrim, so need to yeah. I'm making decisions that are making life harder for myself, but I think in the end will probably pay off, I hope. I really hope. Thank you for the shout out, Kat. How is it that you're able to talk, Nivian? Are you not, are you done with your Mythic Plus already? Or are you on a break? See, at the moment it's purple, and I think I want it to be blue. Because I've got a lot of purple on this guy. I don't want it to be all purple, so if I go for... This is going to be dark blue with going up to like a lighter blue. I figure if I tie in the wings with the blue, then I don't have to feel like he's just a purple blob. So here we are. It means a bit of a project repainting the wings, but I think it will be worth it. Get the Dragonhalf Nightshade, is that what it's called? Yeah, I want to go the really, really deep, dark purple blue in the recesses next to the fingy bits, and then build up to an almost blue horror kind of blue on the raised, or like the middle bits. Blue wash for the win. Yeah, I'll probably do that after I've put the actual paint on. Because I did all the purples. Then gave it a wash. That tied all the purple together nicely. But then I didn't really like the purple. Or I do like the purple. Like it looks cool. Doesn't really show very well on the camera. The light is not. Oh, that's slightly better. But it's a bit splotchy, and yeah, I think I can do better. So here we are. Angron is like 9 different kinds of red. Yeah, Angry Ronald is. Is fun like that. Oh, that was a smooth line. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the skin on him. I was like, oh, that's nice. And then I looked at the reference picture of on the box, and then I realized exactly how much purple the box art is. And I just don't really like that. Like, he will get a lot of purple. But also the wings on the box art, they're like almost white. But I wanted to make his like fingery bits more fingery than this, so I will change them. Like, I'll probably give them like a wash of some sort, probably maybe a sepia or something, make it like a little bit more bony looking towards the end of the fingers. But at the moment I'm quite happy with how the muscle definition has come out, because yeah, I think it looks quite good. I like it. I like it. And Urana was thought he was attractive, so I feel like I am going the right direction with him for sure, because that is kind of the point of this guy to an extent. I'm having a lot of fun just drowning him in washes. Yeah, I can understand that. I always find washes a bit scary because you can't really predict the outcome, I feel. Not as much as very fun turning gold armor into old brass, yeah. I'm a big fan of like the reddish gold, brownish gold. It just looks really, really fun. Big fan. Kat, are you still here? Using a mission for Franklin and Seraphim Sepia. Yeah. No, smack a fair degree. Yeah. This brush, though, is absolutely amazing. It's a size 5 brush, and it's doing some of the most delicate work that I've... Like, the tip on it is just beautiful. Yes, it is, yeah.
I like 'em big, I
Oh no. Okay. Do you want bigger? Very big, very small. Do you want a size 7? Would that make you happy? Or a teeny tiny brush? Why is this so hard? You want bigger, she says. Yeah, I know how that sounds. I'm gonna need to paint purge this or shampoo it at some point. Tiny brush, okay. What, my very, very smallest brush? I think that's that one. Fiddlesticks. Alright. Your thoughts were very intrusive yesterday when you were streaming. What were you, what was so intrusive about your thoughts? How bad was it, and in what way and why? What time is it? 23, okay. Were people saying things that were making you think things, or? Oh man. You were streaming with Lorna and she was trying to put gloves on that were too small. She should have just lubed up. That's all I'm saying. Bit of lube and anything will fit. God. Did you know that White Wolf wasn't aware that Chris is going to ChillCon? And he nearly had a meltdown in excitement earlier when I told him. Because White Wolf is going to ChillCon, and he was very excited that he might get a chance to meet him. Yeah. He's like, oh my god, I can meet Chris off my bucket list. I was like, well, you could just come to RoseCon, but it's like, no, I can't because I'm already going to ChillCon. It's like, my guy. But yeah, he's very excited. I mean, White Wolf is very introverted, right? He's not gonna tackle him or anything like that. Or run up to him squealing like a girl or anything. But he will be very excited to see Chris, that's for sure. Painter, how are you?
I'm not a shrimp.
Thank you, cat. Posture check. Thank you. Hydrate. And a stretch. Bear with. have I lifted? These are tints for some reason. You're actually living up to your name. Are you painting? What are you painting? What are you painting? Oh my god, this cat, this is the worst. You always you always bear with, and then you never bear. Yeah, I do always say bear with. I should probably get some like bear paws and have bear with as redeem and just go rawr. Yeah, we're saying the name in the voice of Captain Picard. I haven't watched enough to be able to do a Picard voice. I am not a Trekkie. If this doesn't illustrate to people why painting with as big a brush as you can is the best solution, then I don't know what will. Oh my god. Why don't I have a dog hair in here? Still going for a little while. Yeah, not too much longer. Probably about 20 minutes or so. Yeah, I sadly haven't won the lottery yet, so I still have to go to work tomorrow. It was a busy day, didn't have a lot of chance to browse around on Twitch. That's not a problem. It's nice to have busy days occasionally. I'd actually quite prefer to have more busy days. Not busy because busy stressful, but just a lot to do is nice. I hate when it's too quiet. I get through a lot of audiobooks. That's Koresh Rep maxed. Jeez, Ben. You might get called away if you don't mind slow days since you work from home. Yeah, exactly. Well, I work from the office, so I have to just keep busy. Which one's that? The one? Is it the lighthouse? Fick. What, you've had it done? You didn't tell me that. Or did you? You are British and balding. The one you got yesterday. I didn't realise you got it done yesterday. You got pictures? Not the lighthouse. Oh, the one on your arm. Or at least, I think it's the one. Oh man, tiny brushes. "11 minutes ago, Bosh." Oh, awesome. Nice. I like that. That is very good. Good lettering. Did you, did this one hurt more or less than your back? Just stab me now, my Jill. Okay, bear with. That's going on the list. To check out at the very least. Come on. Why are we doing weird? I don't want a laser pointer, I just want text. Since when are we doing... Oh my god. Oh no. Well, I'll have to remember this some other way. No difference, same kind of pain. You didn't really suffer from the first one, did you? Horizontal lines marginally worse than... Yeah, that makes sense. Does that sound like your dad, George? Oh, lucky. George getting bribed with ham to go for a walk after his long day at doggy daycare. He never really wants to go after daycare, but he still, because we don't know how much or how many times he's been to the bathroom, like how many times he's pooped at daycare. So we always want to give him the chance before going to bed, because if he wakes up at like 2 in the morning because he has to poop, I'm going to be very upset. So we always want to take him for a walk before bed after daycare, but he is always so tired, he never wants to go. It's really funny. It really is a nice tattoo, Ben. And very meaningful. And nice lettering. That's a skill. So it's whoever your tattoo artist is, they do know how to do letters. You're gonna have to get yours restarted, redone at some point. If you're never able to get it finished because the youngest arrival and chemo. Yeah, it's... life gets in the way, doesn't it? I've been meaning to get a second tattoo for years. But... and I always thought that I would ask my cousin, who's really good. But she lives in Paris, so it always adds another hurdle. And also she is, or her specialty is not really the style that I'm after. She specializes in like the mandala effect tattoos. She's really good, but she yeah, I think I would prefer something colorful and I've always thought I would get it's a bit of cliche, I know, but get a phoenix because it works for well, for me, I guess. But I feel like you can't really get a phoenix in black and white. So I'd want to I'd have to find a different artist, really. Strange part is still when you did the G, you're struggling on you were still when you did the G, but you were struggling on the Y and the I and the V. So it might be just where you hit a specific like tendon or muscle or something in your skin, and it just your body just reacts to it. So many nerves, yeah. Were you able to sit okay for him, or were you having lots of trouble with involuntary movements, Ben? Okay, just for me, you'd have to do outlining a bit. Not sure I understand that, Ben. Sorry. You could as in I could? Your first and only tattoo so far was a full leg piece. You have plans, though, for another really big one. Yeah. Yeah, I want a phoenix on my back, but it's, yeah, I have to change my mental plan for it, because obviously if I can't really ask my cousin to do something that she really doesn't specialize in. She'd do it, I imagine, but why would I ask her to do something that she's not particularly good at? She'll still do a good job, but better off finding someone who specializes in color and who doesn't mind it. Hi, Fluent Code, you alright? Thank you. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed. I painted the wings all purple, and now that I've got them purple, I want them dark blue, and then going to... Oh yeah, so it could have a black and white phoenix. Yeah, but like the whole point of phoenixes is like the flame, right? So I'd feel really weird if that wasn't colors. Here's a dragon and calls up where you lay that onto your hip. Damn. You just have two dragons and the Amara logo from EVE Online. Oh, awesome. EVE Online is a bit too serious for me. I never really understood the appeal of space spreadsheets. But I know it's very popular. You're not sure if you're aware, but it's 2025. Yeah, no, I know. I was just talking because my cousin, she specializes in, she's a tattoo artist and she's really, really good. But she specializes in black and white mandala style tattoos. And in my mind, I always had the idea that I would ask her to do my phoenix tattoo. But A, she lives in Paris, so it's a bit of a trek, and B, she specializes in black and white, so why would I do that? Hey Jace, you alright? You played for about 10 years in between WoW and Final Fantasy. Yeah, a lot of people who play it like religiously, right? So... You have more green on you, just don't know where you'd put it. On your calf, maybe? Lunchtime for Degamad, nice. Thank you for the shout out, Cat, for Jace. Everyone who isn't following Jace yet, go give him a follow. He is awesome. You guys have all arrived right as I'm having an existential crisis over this wing because I painted them purple, and looking at them I want them blue now, so here we are. All my airbrush work is going to have been pointless, but that's alright. That's alright. It's not like we don't have... not like we have lots of time, but that's alright. You reckon a black and white Phoenix would look quite special if the art can handle flames and monotone? Yeah, I reckon she could, but I've had this picture in my head like of really like... I've been... Your dragon's not in grayscale, yeah. So... Fulgrim had an existential crisis, that's why he's... True. I've saved like a bunch of pictures of phoenix tattoo types that I thought were really cool, so also that, that's a fox, but that, and that, not that one as well. And they have one thing in common, and it's all bright bright colors, so yeah, I think I won't won't trouble my black and white professional tattoo artist's specialization in mandala effect tattoos with that one. But yeah, I'll at some point, because I'll need to save a lot of money for it as well. And there's so many things that need so much money. So yeah. Yeah, I think the watercolors one. If you're a colourful gal. You're a colourful tat. Yeah, I think so. The doors, I see a purple wing. I was like, yeah, true. Not girly anymore. No, I wish I could sing. But, I know what you mean. I see a purple wing I wanted painted blue. Not purple anymore. I want it to turn blue. But yeah, I feel like bright colors, watercolor style tattoo would probably be better, but I need to just win the lottery or something. Because honestly, not a clue how I would be able to afford a tattoo like that at the moment. It is the stones, I think, yeah. It's also been covered like a million times, so maybe the Doors have done a cover of it, I don't know. It is, yes. Painted, painted, painted blue. Yeah, but yes, goodbye to my airbrushed blends. Hello to my painterly style brush strokes. And I suppose I can always blend a bit with the airbrush later, but I would have to be very, very careful with my the spines. You don't actually like purple on a car. It's also your wife's favorite color. I like purple, but it doesn't suit me, if that makes sense. It makes me very pale. I had purple hair for a while, and it didn't. It clashed with yeah, not the best for my skin tone. Anyway. Best hurry up with this because I need to, I just noticed what time it is. Considering I have to spend the day doing bookkeepery stuff tomorrow, I think I should probably get some sleep because I am not great with numbers, but we don't have a bookkeeper at the moment, so guess who's doing the bookkeeping again? I need to chase my boss on finding a new bookkeeper. Because I'm not doing this long term. It's not my jam. Does not flim my flams, as Jay would say. Right, so this yeah, I can see this will work. It has to work. Let's wash my brush. I'll take that inside for a shampoo. This one as well, because it needs a shampoo. Right, let's have a quick look to see who is streaming at the moment. The 95 Fiesta SI Metallic Aubergine. Fantastic car. Fiestas are fun, so hell yeah. I think I will follow White Wolf because he has gone and raided a person called Stag's Nest Minis, whoever they might be. I'm gonna go prep a raid because they are being very meticulous and careful and painting the bugs. Buggy boys. Don't slam the keyboard on these wings, thank you. Right. Yes. Go away. Right. Slash raid. I had a good time again. I actually enjoy. I'm enjoying Fulgrim. We've got his skin done-ish. I might do touch up at some point, but mostly good. Did some on the face. Hello, camera. There we go. Getting there. Still need to do the eyes, obviously. And started some work on the wings. So yeah, we're making progress, slow but steadily. I enjoyed myself, so I am going to create a raid. Move my light out of the way. I'm going to send this over to Stag's Nest Minis, and anyone who wants to follow along, I will send this over shortly. Thank you all for hanging out with me again. Thank you for your time, your consideration, your resubs, your subs, your follows, and all the chats and wonderful time. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you all again soon. Well, Saturday, most likely, hopefully. And wishing you all a lovely rest of your Wednesday, a nice evening, nice sleep, whatever it is that you're going to be doing. Bye bye.